Man's alone time with kids caught on hidden camera. Stella couldn't believe it. Her jaw hung open as she watched the hidden camera recording that she'd set up. It was recording her kids and her husband while she was at work. She could feel her pulse racing as she watched what her husband did to her children. He was the man she loved. He was surely joking, right? She never expected him to do something like this. She knew what she had to do. Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. Stella Jackson's whole world was her children and her husband. She got married to Josh right out of high school nearly 10 years ago. 5 years later, and they had their first daughter, Emma. Then 1.5 years ago, they had their youngest child, Ben. Stella felt that she was living the best life she could. So when she decided to install a nanny cam, she didn't think she'd uncover what she did. Stella and Josh got pregnant after 5 years of trying. Their daughter came as a blessing, just when they'd thought that being parents wasn't going to be possible. But in 2015 and again in 2019, they welcomed their children into the world. Emma and Ben were their entire world, and at last they felt like a complete family. But nobody saw what would come up. Stella did find difficulties, however. She had to juggle being a mother and working full-time at her job. Some people called her Superwoman, but she felt the drain and the heartache of leaving her kids at home. When they first had Emma, they agreed that Josh would be a stay-at-home dad while Stella worked full-time. But Stella would find out what her husband did with her kids while she was at work. Stella felt that her husband had been acting strangely. He was being more distant than usual, and it always looked as if he was thinking about something. But he'd never tell her what the matter was. She didn't know that she'd soon find out something about her husband that would have the hair on the back of her neck stand up. Stella felt that Josh had always been a great father to his children, but it seemed that recently he was wrapped up in thought. Stella asked him what the matter was, but he wouldn't even acknowledge it. One night, Stella woke up and noticed that her husband was missing from their bed. She called out to her husband's name, but got nothing back. She got up and looked through their door to a sight she wouldn't forget. Stella could see that Josh was closing the door to Emma's room. What was he doing in there? It was nearly 4 in the morning. It could have just been a nightmare. Stella didn't think too much about it. He could have just been doing his duties as a father, but she didn't know what would happen next. Stella's work was getting more and more intense, so she felt that she needed to install a nanny cam so she could check on her children while she was at work long hours of the week. She felt clever now that she could see her kids whenever she missed them, but when she decided to watch the footage, she was taken aback. A nanny cam's a great way of keeping track of your kids. You just press record and can then watch the recording anywhere at any time thanks to a handy app on your phone. Stella could never have prepared herself for what she found when she viewed the footage of her husband and their children. Stella set the camera to record when she got up for work. She didn't even think to tell her husband about it. Why would she anyway? She felt that she shouldn't have to. When she got her lunch break, she decided to open the app on her phone and watch the camera footage. She was missing her children, but she didn't know what she'd find on the footage. Looking for some peace of mind as she ate her lunch at work while watching the nanny cam video, Stella thought she'd find some cute moments of her kids to send to their family. But she never expected that this time she'd caught something else altogether. The video started with footage of her 2 kids in the living room. Stella smiles to herself as she watches her beloved children dance around to a song on the TV. Josh looked like he was doing laundry in the background, but then suddenly he appeared in the shot. What he did next changed everything. In just a few moments, her husband's true colors were brought to light. Stella watches as Josh, her husband of 15 years, picks up their daughter. He blows raspberries on her belly, which results in a giggle that would make anybody crack a smile. Then suddenly Josh did something else, and as soon as Stella saw it, there was no going back. She had to show everyone. Stella's frozen in her tracks. This had to be a joke, right? She watches her husband from the secret hidden camera and can't believe her eyes. Why would he do this? She knew she had to show people. He thought nobody was watching him, but he wasn't going to get away with it that easily. In the video, Stella's 2 children are goofing around in the living room. The baby jumps up and down in her bouncer to the beat. Meanwhile, a lyric video for Katy Perry's #1 smash hit, E.T., which Perry released as a single in 2011, is loudly blasting out of the TV. With the music turned up to full volume, the older girl stands in front of the TV while waving a pair of brightly colored pom-poms around to the music, while her infant sibling bounces up and down in her stroller. It's clear that the children are having fun, but unbeknownst to them, Dad is about to step in. Stella's husband is seen walking in the background. He's carrying a box, noticing the children dancing in the living room. He puts the box on the table and walks into the living room. Instead of carrying on with his chores, Stella's shocked to see him walk right into the shot and do something completely unexpected. First, he leans down to his daughter and moves his hands up and down with a jerking motion. Yep, he's doing the robot, dancing his way into the room, to the delight of both his kids. They can be heard giggling hysterically as their father approaches them. Then he even begins to lip sync along with the song, miming, "Boy, you're an alien, your touch so foreign." After he's done doing the robot, he ends with a pirouette. Despite being quite a large guy, this amazing dad is still able to pull off some surprisingly graceful dance moves. Although most of the dad's moves are typical dad dance moves, it just makes the entire video all the more endearing to those that have seen it. But the dad isn't just dancing with his eldest daughter, he sidles up to the baby, leaning in and grooving in time with the baby's bouncing. It's obvious that the baby's enjoying the performance too. The baby grins with delight as her dad pulls funny faces while he dances along with the music. At one point, the oldest daughter hands her dad her red pom-poms. He takes one and twirls it around, but the girl insists that he must dance with both of them. He shows off his silly dance moves, which makes his kids roar with laughter. He takes the other pom-pom and goes through an impressive and sassy cheerleader routine. Then the daughter takes back one of the pom-poms, which the pair continue to twirl them around, holding each one. The song continues, and so does Dad. Dad continues to shake and twirl the pom-pom, making hilarious faces as Katy Perry's song drops the beat and reaches a crescendo. As the song gets close to an end, the dad drops a pom-pom, the epic mic drop becoming one of the best moves we've seen in the video. Then he stops and nonchalantly leaves the living room and goes back to his chores, not knowing that his dance routine was caught on camera. The viral video proves that while hidden cameras are often used for spying on people or more nefarious purposes, they can also catch some wholesome moments too. And unsurprisingly, most of the comments displayed an outpouring of love and affection for the caring dad. Indeed, the heartwarming video seems impossible not to like. Best Dad of the Year award goes to whoever he is, commented Susanna Danielle, a YouTube user. Gabriel Klopp agreed that the man is dad who loves his kids. One thing is certain, these kids have an awesome dad that's down to earth and loves having fun and making them laugh. When Stella originally set the hidden camera up in her living room, she'd only expected to be able to keep an eye on things and perhaps capture a few cute videos of her kids. Instead, she got something even better. Her husband showing what a devoted dad he was. Indeed, this is a clip she'll treasure forever. However, thanks to Stella's hidden camera, the entire dance performance isn't just between him and his kids like he had thought. Not that the video is anything to be embarrassed about. When Stella saw the footage, she was alarmed at first, then a smile spread across her face. She knew she had to share her husband's antics with the world. The video that made the rounds on YouTube was called "Mom Finds Out How Dad Watches the Kids." Some viewers complained that this title was misleading because they were expecting something less heartwarming. Am I the only one who thought this was going to be bad? Jace Bailiff asked. Viddy Caddy wrote, "From the title, I thought this guy was a child abuser. Boy, was I wrong." Stella uploaded the video on Facebook, and it got a lot of attention. Then Mike Jordan uploaded the footage to YouTube with the comment, "He has the dance moves of a goat having a seizure, but the kids like it." Since the video was shared in September 2015, it's received 28,000 likes, more than 2 million views, and it's received over 5,000 comments. But this isn't the first time this has happened. Stella's husband unabashedly dancing with his kids isn't the only time something like this has been caught on camera. Lisa Roth uploaded a video titled "Hidden Camera Captures Dad and Daughter Dancing to Justin Timberlake's Can't Stop the Feeling" on YouTube in May 2016. And again, it showed a devoted dad doing his best to entertain his daughter.